Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day number 6 of the traffic challenge. Oh my gosh, this has been just insane. So many great speakers, and so many of you have already got out of your comfort zone and posted for the first time. Some of you have gotten like your first sales, your first leads. I've seen so many emails and comments of people getting their first results ever. Now today we have a super special training and something I'm really excited about. Basically a different way to get traffic that maybe you haven't heard about, but I'll bring them on in just a second. I'll kind of explain what they're doing. But real quick, if you haven't done anything with the challenge yet, let me just show you where you can do that. I know it's a Saturday, so a lot of you may be catching up on everything. So let me share my screen real quickly, and I'll show you where you can do all this. Okay. So in the Facebook group, the 72-hour challenge, you'll notice I have a post for every single day. We started Monday. So if you go through here, you can see day 1, day 2, and then today's day 6. So essentially what we're doing is I'm pushing you to create content and then post your content inside of these posts. Okay. So you'll see here, this is day number 6. If you go inside of here, you can see people already posting all of their stuff in here. Okay. So, and the goal is for you to create content, but then for others to go and support and do all that good stuff. Okay. So that's where you can do that. So make sure to do that. If you haven't done anything, literally go back and start from day 1. So you're going to have to do like 30 posts today, but trust me, it's going to pay off, guys. So go and do that. All right. So with that being said, I want to bring on a special guest, a few special guests actually, but so I actually met her at a mastermind. We're in the same mastermind together, and she's been in business for over 20 years, but then she starts talking about how she's done 7 figures with this unique method. Now, she's done every type of traffic that you can think of, paid ads, Facebook ads, organic traffic, I think YouTube, creating content on Instagram. She has a massive Instagram following, but this right here, she's like the most excited about, and that's with doing cold DMs. And she has this very unique process, and she said they're absolutely crushing it. So I was like, you got to come in and teach me to do this. And then I was like, well, might as well come in for the traffic challenge. So with that being said, I want to introduce to you guys Cris Cawley and Evan Wong. What's up, guys?
Hi, how are you, Jonathan?
Hey.
Thanks for coming today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm really excited about this ever since you told me about this at that mastermind with I think it was Russell Brunson and Steve Larson.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of mentioned it. I was like, wait a minute, what are you doing? And you had mentioned you guys had done over 7 figures with this method. So real quick, just kind of tell us what's going on here, and then we could go right into it.
Absolutely. So, hi guys, I'm Cris Cawley. This is Evan Wong. And it's funny, Jonathan, all the ways to get traffic, we've done affiliates, and we've done Facebook ads and YouTube ads and LinkedIn ads and Instagram ads and all the different things. You name it, every kind of traffic you can talk about over the last 20 years, we've tried everything. Mm. And this is something that I actually someone told me about it, and I tried it. I tried it initially and didn't really give it the attention that it deserved, but kind of put a little bit of effort into it. And it didn't really take off like I thought. I was like, all right, well, whatever. And then one day I saw an ad for it again on my Facebook feed, and I was like, that's interesting. Like it was playing like a testimonial of someone. I'm like, okay, if that person could do like 7 figures in a year, like maybe I should just revisit it, right? The first time, I'll be honest with you, I was kind of doing it and trying to figure it out, but I didn't have like the right systems in place and the thing. So long story short, gave it another go. And quickly, we made 7 figures in under a year. And I was like, all right, this is a legitimate piece of our business. And since then, we've scaled it tremendously. We have an incredible team. Evan heads up that team. At our company. And I own a book publishing company, guys. This is like boring stuff. Like it's not like I don't have some super amazing. I feel like we do have an amazing offer. What we do brings a huge value to the world, but I'm not like something special, right? We don't have anything that other people don't have. And we've used this as an opportunity to really scale our company tremendously over the last 18 months. And I wanted to kind of share with you today what we're doing, how we're doing. There's a couple things, a couple facets of this, because I'm sure you guys, when you're getting leads, the biggest thing is I feel like you're like, these aren't great leads, or these aren't good leads, or these are the right kind of leads. So with this software, we're able to hyper target and get the exact people that we're looking for. And that's the coolest thing. It's not even just that this organic software, it's like an organic CRM, but we'll show you a couple of the things that we're doing and how we're doing. I think your mind's going to be blown as much as it was mine, Jonathan, because I was like, it can do what?
That's so cool. Yeah, I was like, I know after this, I'm going all in and I'm going to get this set up and all that good stuff.
That's
so
incredible.
Thank you so much again for coming on. And then Evan, man, it was crazy. I didn't know Evan was coming on, but me and him actually met at our first, like we used to do the same affiliate stuff back in 2019. So I was like, oh, what's up, dude? Like, it was cool to see you, man. How you been, bro? Like, you been good?
Doing good. It's cool to see you as well. I didn't know I was gonna see you today either until I saw this morning. Oh, Jonathan.
Very cool, man.
I just told Evan, I said, look, we're going to talk about the software and how we do, but Evan leads up the team in our company that does this. He's incredible at it. And like, Evan has the most knowledge of anyone in our company about this and the how and the what and the deep. And I know a lot of the pieces, and we work together in tandem, but he is the shining light in our organization that makes everything happen. So I was like, all right, this is important. We need to come share.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Evan, for coming on. And it's good seeing you again, man. I mean, it's cool because we started in the same industry, same course, same Facebook group. So it's just cool, man. Kind of nostalgic to kind of see you here and be here again. So, all right, guys. Well, let's just go right into it. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
All right. So I'm going to use this. As like a coaching call. So I'm excited for this, guys. I'm going to be asking questions. I don't know if you guys can see the comments on the StreamYard, but they're coming in. Lots of people on right now. We're streaming on multiple platforms. So awesome. Everyone's watching. Everyone's excited. I know real quick before we go into it, for me, obviously I have my courses, I have my software, so I'll be asking questions for that. But a lot of my affiliates, I've given them, my lead magnet, my funnels, that way we can get people to the lead magnet. So a lot of the people watching here, I'm sure they can just use these strategies and just kind of fill in the blanks, whether you're selling your book company, your publishing services, or for me, I have my software, or for them, they have their free course, their free lead magnet. The whole goal is just to build a list, right? So anyways, so I'll just be kind of listening, asking questions, and you guys will see the comments as well. So let's get into it.
And this is industry agnostic, Jonathan. So this is like any industry. Like I said, I mean, I'm not like a coach or consultant, whatever. I mean, it works really, really well. Affiliates works well, but this is literally anybody in any industry. I mean, you could be in any industry and make this work. So that's what's so cool about it. We're going to show you a couple things Evan, let's do this. Like what you're going to share. I guess we can't both present at the same time, obviously. So we're going to show Evan's screen, but I wanted to kind of just show about the groups. Actually, let's just go ahead and present, Evan, and then I will, let's see. Let me go back. There we go. Yeah, go back, and then we'll just talk about, we'll show some different groups and some different things, but I wanted to show them exactly like the power of what's behind like Facebook groups. So let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Open it up here. And the really cool thing is guys, too, I don't know what platforms you're working on, but this software actually works. I'm going to show you something about a group here. This is Facebook. So we use it a lot in Facebook. We use it in Instagram. We use it in Twitter. We use it in LinkedIn, works in Discord, like all the platforms you can imagine. Like YouTube also, right, Evan? YouTube. Yep. I mean, it works in
all these platforms here.
All the different platforms. So let me show you something kind of cool though. But the big thing that sold me on this software was this right here. So I have a Facebook group. Okay. Mm-hmm. But let's say you are in whatever space and your competitor, you're like, look at this guy. He's got 1 million people in his group. And how does he get all those people? That sort of thing. Let's just say this were my competitor's Facebook group. we have what in there, Evan, in this one? 1.4, so 1,400 people.
Okay.
Not a huge deal, right? But 1,400 people. Let's just say that this was like my direct competitor, and I wanted to get, and I'm like, these are the people, like they're in this publish a best-selling book challenge, and I want to get other people. Like as a book publisher, I'm looking for people that want to publish books, right? So I'm looking for groups where authors are hanging out. Like this is the most powerful piece of this. Like the Facebook groups, I feel like, yes, it can be used on all platforms, but this is what sold me on it. The Facebook group, we can take a Facebook group like this.
Okay.
And I can click on, you can see down here, it's got 1,400 people, all the things. There you can click on one button. And Evan, I don't know if you guys can see that. My older lady eyes, I'm like, wait, up here, you see the button at the top? What does it say, Evan, the pink button?
Start auto scroll?
Start auto scroll.
Yeah, auto scroll.
So show them how we could import, you could go find a strategic group with the same kind of people you wanted in, whether it could be any group, guys. It could be any Facebook group with any types of people. It will auto scroll. I can pull all of these people from here into the software and then start DMing them. And some of you might be like, wait, what? But listen, now if I'm just cold DMing, if I'm like, hey, let me just, oh, Sally looks great. Let me click on her. I don't know if Sally wants to publish a book. I don't know where she is, what she's doing, whatever. But if I'm in a group where Sally's joined a book publishing challenge, trying to learn how to publish a book, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, well, I do know that Sally was part of a training where she wanted to learn to publish a book. So it's kind of like, it's not like a warm lead. It's still a cold lead.
Yeah.
But it's a cold lead that I know is interested. It's targeted in what we want or basically what we're doing. So literally this software got started by, the ClickFunnels community, the ClickFunnels group.
Yeah.
There's a couple 100,000 people in there. I mean, literally somebody could go in and click a button and go, here, pull all those people into my DM, into this. This is like a CRM.
Yeah, right.
Right? So you can pull people out of targeted groups or targeted places. The other really cool thing is if someone, let's say you see an ad, let's say I saw, I don't know, a Tony Robbins ad, right? And this ad was for a certain kind of event that I was like running the same type of event. I could literally click on the ad itself and import either all the likes, all the comments, or all the people in that group. Anybody who's clicked on the group, anybody who's like, you can click on any type of ad. You can find people that have clicked on the actual, like, see right here, see where it says likes or comments?
Yeah.
See 51 others. I could import those 51 people into the CRM. So you can actually import people that have actually liked a certain ad and likes. I feel like likes aren't as good. Evan, you can weigh in on that. I feel like people who comment are better, or people who are part of a group. People that just like an ad, not so much.
Right.
Commenting, like, how people post these things like, DM me if you want to learn how to blah, 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 and 100 people respond. I could click on those 100 people, bring them into my CRM and the organic lead side, and basically start communicating with all of them, start sending them cold DMs. And I already know that they want to learn whatever ABC, because they said, yes, I want to learn this. I want to learn this secret traffic hack, whatever. So it's pulling people in that are, yes, it's cold, but it's very targeted. So it's many times what we see when we start messaging people, they're like, that's so weird. I'm actually in the middle of publishing a book. I'm getting ready to publish a book. Like, how did you know? You know what I mean? We get that a lot, but it's really cool because we're not talking to people who are like clearly not interested. It's like they're interested in what we have to offer, but it's like, and then we just start these conversations. So if you want to kind of like maybe show an example, Evan.
Quick question though. So before it sends a cold DM, and it kind of scrapes them into the CRM, does it have to add them as a friend first?
We usually do add them as a friend, and we send a friend request, and then we'll send a cold message.
Got it.
So they don't have to accept.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll send the message.
I feel like, Jonathan, it shows them like, hey, this person friended me or whatever. So we'll pull the 1,400 people into the group, and then we send a request. Now on Facebook, obviously we're only allowed 5,000 friends.
Right.
So it's a little different. Like on Instagram, you don't have that limitation. LinkedIn, you don't have that limitation. So, but with Facebook or whatever, and we don't always do it that way, but if it's like a really hot group and I'm like, okay, this is like a lot of people are using it they see like, hey, there's another group just like mine of these types of people, I'm going to pull them into mine and just talk to them and whatever. I don't believe in like poaching or,
right.
you don't go after your competitors and go, hey, we're going to pull them on here. But I believe that there's a way to be strategic with finding the people that you want, and you could friend them or not. But we found that best practices is like for conversion, if we friended them and then start to DM them, it's like, they're like, oh, cool. It's, you know what I mean? I feel like it converts a little better.
No, yeah, that makes sense. I guess my worry would be like, okay, because I'm always close to that 5,000 mark.
Same.
So, okay, so are you guys always like deleting people who aren't engaged and stuff?
Yes, there's software you can use for that too. There's
okay,
I'm
just curious. Yeah,
so we kind of just clean out 500, bring a 500 in, and the only limitation about like cold DMs, and I guess you guys may or may not know this, is that the number of messages, like 30 to 35 messages a day. Each platform has its limitations. Right. I believe TikTok and Twitter are the least, right, Evan? Those are the ones that we get the most amount of messages on. And we actually get leads. We get high ticket, because I only sell high ticket, guys, 10K to 100K. And we're getting people to convert from a cold TikTok to a 10 to 100K sale.
That's wild. So you can do this on TikTok as well?
TikTok, Twitter, all the different platforms.
So I see why you're doing multiple platforms, because if you have, Facebook, you can only do what, 30, 40. Then there's, let's just say 50 for numbers. So 50 there, Instagram, another 50, that's 100. TikTok, you said you could do a lot, like 100?
It's a lot more than that, I believe.
Really? Yeah. I thought TikTok would be weird.
Do a lot.
No, it's a couple hundred. You could, I mean, we don't get near as like, they don't get, TikTok and Twitter are very, probably the most liberal. Wouldn't you say, Evan?
Yeah, I think TikTok's like 250, and then like Twitter's 400.
400.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like you just gotta find those leads. You gotta find enough leads to message. Not really like the limit doesn't really affect like how many people we message. It's more about how many people we can find.
And we're being targeted with that, because with the Facebook groups, it's like targeted, because I can go into like a group where there's authors or writers or people that are trying to publish a book or learn how to publish a book, right? That type of, or let's say there's an ad that's crushing it, and I'm like, wow, that ad's got 10,000 comments or whatever it is, 2,000 comments. We can click on the comments and bring those people into the thing. Or if we're in a Facebook group where people are saying, if you want to learn how to blah, 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 DM me below or whatever. Everybody's doing that, right? Well, that's cool, but now you can actually import those people. So that's really cool. So the challenge outside of the groups is to find the people. Like, we actually put someone in place to kind of qualify. Like, we'll say, look, we're looking for people who are coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs. They have to have a profile picture. They have to have longevity. They have to have had posts in the last 30 days. Like that criteria. What else would you say, Evan, in terms of to be helpful for people like looking for profiles? What are some of the qualifiers that you're using when we say these are good people? I
would say country. Country is a really big one. Just like the tier 1 countries: US, Canada, UK, Australia, maybe New Zealand. Especially if you're selling a high ticket product or service, that's going to be the main ones that you're going to focus on.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, that always makes sense for sure.
And then obviously profile pictures. We look at their titles, coaches, consultants. So we've got like a VA person that kind of comes in and does that. It basically just says, here are the people. So when we're pulling them in, he's looking at them and then deleting the ones that are like, okay, this one, here's like some garbage one. This is a garbage one, or this one lives in like whatever, some country, like, so we're primarily targeting the 6 main countries, English speaking countries, but depends what your offer is, right? But we're qualifying that so that when we're DMing, because especially if you're doing on the platforms like Facebook and Instagram, we want to make sure that we have those are gold. If we can only outbound 50 messages, we want those 50 messages to be to people who could potentially buy our products and services, right? Or who are interested in the services. And so that kind of thing. So we're qualifying it there, bringing them in. Let's show the pipeline, Evan.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we import all these people here, and this is what the pipeline looks like.
Okay.
So let's say we import, and they're all going to show up in this number 1 pipeline here.
Okay.
And what's it say at the top of the yellow? I can't hardly see those, Evan.
It says imported prospects.
Got it.
And so one really cool thing to share that FlowChat recently just added is the qualification part. And this is actually something that FlowChat does automatically for us. And so we can set like specific parameters in FlowChat. Let me just show you real quick. Let's say we imported that entire Facebook group. Now, not all of them are going to be qualified. And so we could use FlowChat's automation and set specific parameters. Let's say, oh, they have to have posted in the past 30 days so that we know they're active, or they have to have at least 1,000 followers so that, we know that they have somewhat of a big following, or they have to be from these specific countries so that we know that we're targeting the best countries possible, right? And it can also disqualify. And so once you pull all these people, you can also qualify once again using FlowChat, the FlowChat automation. So that now you have a very filtered and well-qualified list of people to reach out to.
Makes sense. That's so cool that it does that.
It does it automatically.
Yeah, and
you bring in 2,000 people,
automatically.
It's going to like delete the ones that don't meet your personal criteria. And you can set your own custom criteria and then leave you with the ones to contact that do meet the criteria. So you'd have to filter through them and look at each one to see if it does it. It does it automatically.
Right. Okay. Real quick, I just saw a few comments here. Is this a software? Yeah, guys. It's called FlowChat, and I know you guys will have a link for it. We can kind of share it whenever. But
sure.
Yeah. We'll show you guys how you can get this at the end. I'm gonna go ahead and get this software myself. But yeah. Anyways, just going back to it. So that pipeline, is that something you guys created, or does that come with the software?
Yes, this is our custom.
Yep, we created this
pipeline. So show them the top at the top, Evan, just because it's a little smaller on my computer, like the blue. So basically the leads are imported over here, the yellow, and then the blue. Do you just want to read them as you go across, Evan, and explain what each of them does?
Yep. So we import the leads, and then FMS stands for first message sent. And so we'll have either a setter or like a VA will send that first message, or you could also have FlowChat do it automatically for you. You could get that set up where it will send the friend request and then send that first message and automatically drag that person into this category.
Okay.
And so that's first message sent.
Question. Do you guys use FlowChat to send that first message, or do you guys have a VA doing that?
We currently have a VA doing it because when we first started using this software, like they didn't have that automation yet, but now it has the automation alongside with like the qualifications and everything.
Like on LinkedIn, we do that. We have 3 messages that we send, and it's like, here's the first message, here's the second message, here's the third message. If they don't respond by the third message, we stop, sending friend requests or whatever. But we automated on LinkedIn. It works really well. So this wasn't here before. They didn't offer this. So now this is a newer feature where we can automatically send the message, but you write the message. So you can write it. And it's usually really casual. I feel like that's part of it, the thing that's important. It's not like, because I get so many messages a day, Jonathan, as you do it too. I mean, I get hundreds, right?
Yeah.
And in all the platforms, and people will say, hey, I've got this new webinar. If you want to watch it, I've got this course I'm selling at the end. Go watch it here. And I'm like, that is not, that does not work, obviously. And I delete those messages, and I normally like block, or, I don't have time for that. But if it's like, hey, here's this person that's sort of interesting, reaching out, our messaging is more like, hey, saw you, blah, 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 are working in the space. Me too. Nice to meet you. Small world. Oh, I saw you're in Texas. Like sometimes we'll target people like just in Texas. So if I have an automated message, I can say, I saw that we both lived in Texas. Really cool. Nice to meet you. What a small world. That kind of thing. So we have something in common, right? Or if you're both in the same group or something like that, sending messages are a little more personable. It's like a relationship. If you met someone in a restaurant or a bar, you wouldn't be like, hey, you want to get married? Absolutely not. You're going to you're going to develop rapport, build rapport. It's a little longer of a sales cycle or pipeline. But remember, we are selling a 10 to 100K product.
Got it.
So it's like, it's not a $197 product. I think if you're selling something less expensive, maybe it's a little less whatever, but your first message isn't like, hey, want to buy my stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a casual buildup. And these steps here that you see, these columns are all like, okay, the first message sent. And then the red one goes to
Replied.
replied.
So once they reply, we'll drag them here.
You want to show them how you can drag it over, how easy it is to drag one from the, you can move it back, but look, we just literally click on it and drag it over like that.
Now, are you guys moving all these manually, or does it kind of do it automatically, or?
You can set some automation up to do it automatically, but if let's say I'm in the inbox and I'm replying to someone, then I'll just drag it myself.
Okay, but so Evan, are you the one that's kind of you're doing all this like you for her type thing, like you're dragging thing? Okay. So you're manually doing it.
We have a team of VAs too, so there's multiple people doing it, but you can automate it, Jonathan. We just some of the automations because of AI, they're starting to really automate a lot of the features. The last year and a half, those features weren't there, so we were doing it. We were doing it organically, not knowing that we could. But now there's a lot of automation, like the qualifying just came about, like sending messages automatically, moving it automatically. There's a lot of things that it can do that we're kind of like hopping on that train, but we've been on this manual train for a bit. But it's like, I mean, how many hours a day would you say you spend? I mean, our team, I mean, it is something that, I mean, it's, what would you say, Evan? Like one of our setter, like Jaika, how long does she spend, you think, doing this in a day? I mean, it's like 6 hours a day. I mean, she's going platform to platform, right?
Yeah, definitely 6 hours. But she has many platforms. Like we're doing it on LinkedIn, we're doing it on Facebook, we're doing it on Twitter. So it's Instagram, all these different platforms.
Yeah.
This just keeps it all organized into one pipeline, and it makes life a lot easier. Or you're gonna lose a lot of leads.
Right, that makes sense. So just a quick question on the 597 leads on the first pipeline there. Is that just today?
That's group. We imported those from one place, right, Evan?
So I imported. This is specifically LinkedIn. It's like LinkedIn group. It works the same way. Like if you were to import a Facebook group, we can just import all these people here.
Got it.
Like you could do different pipe. Like this is our pipeline, Jonathan, that goes from left to right. But then you can import, like have different lists you import, right? You can import like, here's our LinkedIn leads, here's our TikTok leads, here's our Facebook leads, here's our Instagram leads. We track that data because this kind of keeps track. Think of it if you were on your phone or on your desktop messaging random people on TikTok, on Twitter. What happens is they get so buried in that. I mean, we get a couple hundred a day, right? So they get so buried, it's very hard to keep track of.
Sure.
It's hard to convert it, right? And that was what I did the first time around. I made the mistake and didn't have a real pipeline. And it was like I'd leave a message for someone, they would respond, but I wouldn't even see it because I got 100 more messages in the day and I'd have to scroll back down. So this organizes it to where it's like, okay, these are the people that we brought in. These are the people. The blue is, again, I cannot see that, guys. The blue is first message sent. First message sent.
First message sent. Yep.
And then the next one is
replied.
Yep. And then the next message, as you go over,
is first follow up. So people that reply, a big, they'll ghost. I think you guys have, encountered that situation. Yeah. And so we can, what happens is it will set a reminder for us to follow up in 2 days. And then we'll follow up with, a specific follow up that we've set. And then it will drag them over to follow up one. And then same thing, follow up one. If they don't reply, then we follow up again and follow up two.
Got it. So you'll do 2 follow-ups and then you'll stop it there.
Yeah, we'll do 2 follow-ups. Yeah, and then we'll stop it from there.
And then explain what warm means and what we do with.
Yeah, so essentially for us, since we are trying to get people to publish books, and so what warm means is people that we've identified that are interested in publishing a book. So they're interested in whatever you have to offer. Right. So once we see some kind of signal that they're kind of interested, then we'll drag them to warm. And that just notifies me and also all the other setters that these are the conversations, these are the leads that we need to focus on and prioritize in our workday.
Got it. And then if they're disqualified, do you just kind of leave them in the pipeline or do you move them to disqualified?
So if they're disqualified, then if you see here, we can click not qualified. And once you click that, it will automatically move them it'll move them away from the pipeline.
That's a cool. Click on that again so they can see. So these are different parameters that we set, Jonathan. Like lead in, contacted, needs follow up, call booked, payment received, closed, not qualified, waiting for payment. Like this kind of shows us where they are. So then we can go back and run reports on kind of what happened and where the people came from. And now we've since created like our own little custom dashboard where we're like, okay, most of the conversions are coming from LinkedIn or TikTok or Twitter or Facebook, Instagram. We can see where the leads came from. And it can run reports in here too as well, but like kind of give you a custom idea of what's working, what's not working, do more of this, less of that.
Okay. No, very good. Very good. This is awesome. Okay. So
pretty cool.
But so what's cool is, like you said, you guys kind of figured this out manually because there was none of that before. But a lot of this can be set automatically with the software. So that's something that's something I'll definitely have to look into. But very cool. This is just mind blowing that you can do all these platforms. And
get all the people organically. And it's interesting because I've seen a lot of people in groups say, yeah, I tried organic, it didn't work. And that's how I felt the first time because I didn't really have like the system, the process. I didn't understand it. And then when we came in and really took a deep dive the second time around, again, guys, we're selling 10 to 100K programs. So these are freezer cold leads, people who have no clue who we are, what we do, never heard of us before. We've never heard of them. We're making an initial contact, following up on conversations. And the thing is, we can say, we only want these influencers. We only want these, we can say we're only going to people who have 2 comma clubs, or we only want people who have whatever, right? You can pick any type of group you want, import those leads, and then go after those people. So you're only talking to people who make $1 million more a year in their business or whatever. That's what's so cool about it, Jonathan. It's not just cold outbound DMs. It's like it's like strategic groups. And I will tell you that one place too that we're seeing we crush it on LinkedIn. And I know people don't, most people are like, LinkedIn, whatever, that's like a corporate thing or whatever.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is incredible. And it's qualified. The people, I feel like they're savvy, they're astute, they have money, they're qualified. I feel like that's like our golden child. I feel like every group, every person will have their own lead source. Like YouTube, Jonathan, you crushed it on YouTube.
Right.
We didn't crush it on YouTube. We have a YouTube and as like 50 testimonials and that's it. You know what I mean? Kind of sad. Yeah. But you could take all the people that comment like on a YouTube video and bring them into one place and say, okay, these are my people. Let's go after talking to those people and engaging with them and bringing value to their lives and bringing them, into our organization, into our ecosphere, a random comment.
Got it. Okay. No, this is just crazy. I'm getting so many ideas here. Okay. Is there any way, if it's not possible, it's fine, but like, is there any way you can kind of show a live example, like of maybe doing it on Instagram or LinkedIn or something like that?
Yeah. Let's do LinkedIn, since that is what we focus on a lot.
It's bread and butter.
Yeah, it's our bread and butter. So this is LinkedIn. So I just walk you through what we usually do here at Game Changer Publishing. So we like to, let's say, for example, we are targeting CEOs, founder, people that have like these types of, things in their title. And so this is what I would do. So on LinkedIn, you could do like a or search. So like CEO or founder or president.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So people that have these keywords.
Yeah, we're just using this with the regular version of LinkedIn. We don't have Sales Navigator or anything. We're just clicking on people. Watch what he's doing, guys. This is like, we get a lot of clients doing just exactly what Evan's showing you.
Yep. And then we go to people. Okay. We want to just like, this is a lot, right? We want to filter this down as much as we can. So we have second.
24 million people. That's a big list.
That's a lot of people.
What's second, third? What does that mean?
It's just like first connector is like people that are already connected with you. So these are people that you probably wouldn't reach out to. Second is like people that are connected to the people that you're connected with.
Okay. Okay.
And then third is like kind of third plus is just like connected.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. So just one branch.
Yeah,
For,
second
so
and
yeah.
third. Yeah, we don't want the people who we already know. We want people that we don't know yet.
Yeah. So we would go locations. Like we just want to like shrink this down to about like below 5,000. And so that could be like just doing one state. You don't have to target the entire United States. You can just do like one state, like Texas.
Maybe Dallas. You could say like we're in Dallas. You could type in Dallas. Like, let's see what the difference between Texas. So Texas is 719. Now go back and change it to Dallas and see what that happens. So it's going to make it.
And then you can hyper target your messaging too. It's like, hey, we're in Dallas, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so we're both in Dallas. But the thing is, this is still a huge list. Like 75,000, 78,000 is still a massive list. So he's going to go back, click on all filters and click on like different things over here. Like how else can we narrow it down that it means obviously speaking, only in the consulting world, maybe, or coaching and mentoring.
Yeah.
Only want coaches and mentors, or only want consultants. Or you can add like an industry. I only want people that are business consultants. So type in.
So business consultant.
Now it went from 700,000 down to 4,000. So there we go. There's our 4,000 people.
And why do you want to narrow it down so much? Like, is it big? Yeah, I'm just curious why you want to do that.
Well, when you're pulling leads into FlowChat, right? I mean, you can only have so many, Jonathan. So if you have like 700,000, I mean, think about this. If you can only send on LinkedIn, it goes up over time as your account seasons. How many are we able to send a day on LinkedIn now, Evan?
Right now it's about 35 to 40.
Okay. That used to not be the case until Microsoft. It used to be up to about 100 or 150. And then Microsoft bought LinkedIn. And so now they've got the same rules that, the Facebook.
So LinkedIn's pretty like low, like you can only send 40.
It's more restricted, but you know what the key is to this, Jonathan? So now we reach out on Evan's profile. We reach out on Lauren's profile. We reach out on Jaika's profile. We reach out on, so now we have all of our team. We have 6 or 7 profiles versus just my profile. So now we've got multiple profiles. If you have other people in your organization, you can do this from their profiles as well. And literally like 2x, 3x, 4x what you're doing and the amount of messages that you can send. So that's what the company did themselves when they developed the software. They brought in the founders. There's their 2 profiles. And they brought in their development partner. And now we have his profile. So now we're sending 3x the messages versus 1x. But yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I'm even thinking I could bring in like even some of my students and be like, hey, we'll split the profits or
whatever, or your admin's account or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is a reasonable size list, though. I would say 5,000 or below, right, Evan? Wouldn't you say? 5,000. Yeah.
So then you go to start auto scroll. Is that kind of the next thing?
Yeah, we start auto scroll. So yeah, I'll just keep scrolling, and then let's just import these guys. So yeah, you can scroll, keep scrolling, and then we'll stop scroll. Let's just say we want to import. Yeah, we'll just import.
Show them this
will pop up.
Just show them this part.
Yeah. So we'll add only new leads to the pipeline so that there's not going to be any duplicate leads.
Yeah, that's smart.
We color code it. So we do yellow for LinkedIn. You can do whatever color you want.
Yeah.
And then from there, let's just say we'll import it to FlowChat, and then we'll just start importing.
And this is all in Google Chrome, like extension.
Yeah, though there's a Chrome extension here that you can install once you sign up for the software.
Got it.
Yep. And so yeah, we've imported, and yeah, so this is 597. So I'm just gonna refresh. We imported I think 45.
Yeah.
So that should be so 644. So that's imported right here, and we have all these leads. Yeah, so that's like
all the leads, like all the platforms in one place, like TikTok, LinkedIn, all these leads are coming in. This is all of our organic leads, but we're using this one system to import them. But you saw what we just did. We narrowed it down. We're not just saying, hey, go find some LinkedIn leads. We only want coaches, consultants or CEOs who are doing business consulting in Dallas, Texas. So and we could have imported, if we kept scrolling, we could have imported all 5,000 of those people if we wanted to.
Got it. That makes sense. But for you guys, the next step now for the first message sent, you're going to have your VA go and send those messages, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So when they send those messages, are they moving it over manually? Like, hey, I just sent one to Patrick. Okay, move that over. Sent one to Tasha. Move that over.
Yeah, you could do that. Or if you click here, we could set an automation that does it for us. So so this right here is kind of like a little sequence. So like the post, like one of their posts, send a connection request on LinkedIn, and then we can send a direct message.
Got it.
And then we could run that, and then it will also automatically move that person to the first message sent.
Got it. Okay. No, that's very helpful.
And you can set your own automations and your own things. This is like what works for us, Jonathan, but we've done it a lot of different ways until we figured out like this works, right? Because it's not like it wasn't clear to us in the beginning until we kind of figured it out, created a pipeline, did the things. So now we're like, okay, pull them all into one. You could automate all of these things. You can say the messages, like on LinkedIn, a lot of times we do automate it. And we have a couple of messages that work really, really well. And we just use that messaging and we tell it like, here's what you're going to say. And it sends it out using their name. Like, hey, Jonathan, whatever you want to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then one VA, I mean, you could spend time doing this. I will be honest, before this software, I was spending about an hour a day doing this, right? But it fed that hour a day was feeding my business 7 figures a year. So just an hour a day doing this. But then I was like, okay, why would I spend an hour a day? That's 30 hours of my life a month, basically, you know, and when I could just automate it and do this, right? So when I was like, wow, okay, this is pretty cool. So that was my thought on, but yeah, what about the right side over here, Evan, after warm? I don't know if we finished that, but call book, CPP. Do you want to go through
call, propose. So once they're warm and they're very interested, then we'll propose a call. That's how our sales process works.
Yeah.
And then we'll send them a booking link. And once they book, we'll drag them to a call booked. And then from there, you know, we'll see if there's any, we might have to drag them to long-term, which just means like, hey, maybe they got on a call and they're not ready yet. And maybe they're ready in like 3 to 6 months. Then we'll just drag them to long-term and we'll set like a specific follow-up date for these people.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. I think for someone that might have been chatting with people for quite some time now, like what you could even do is just import all those people that you've talked to in the past. And let's say you have like a challenge coming up, or you have like, you know, some kind of event coming up, you can like use an automation and just like send them all a follow-up message and say, hey, it's been a while. I have this challenge coming up, blah, 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 blah. And then,
wow. So
that automation. Yeah.
so
So like for this event specifically.
Yeah. So like the people on my friends list for Facebook, I can import all whatever 5,000, but I'd have to send like 50 messages a day or whatever, right?
If you've already had a conversation with them and they've replied, then that doesn't, like, if you message them again, that doesn't like, you know, count as part of like that 50. So it just counts like a follow-up, and you can do as many follow-ups as you want.
Yeah, it's only Facebook. brand new cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. No, this is crazy. This is just blowing my mind right now. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to find myself an Evan, someone that could put all this stuff together. This is amazing. So if you guys are out there watching, you want a job, shoot. come work and do this. This is going to be awesome.
Well, they could automate it, Jonathan. Someone could automate all of this, and you could just control. You could say, it's like a bot, right? If you did like a chat bot or a mini chat or whatever, you would control the messaging. Here's what I want to say. If they say this, I want to say this. I want to say this, whatever. And then this could be automated. Again, we've automated LinkedIn. Some of the others were just now starting to do that because it wasn't available to us before to automate. So now it's like becoming, AI is changing the game. But even doing it manually with having one person, you know, we're still crushing it. And now we're adding people, like qualifying and doing some things just because it's the sky's the limit. We could be importing more people. And then once you've imported, like, let's say you import the maximum number of people every day, or you've messaged the maximum amount on every single profile. Now we have what, 5 or 6 other profiles, Evan, that we're doing this on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we started with just my profile. And now all the people that are working within our organization, we're using their profiles. The people that work on this team, we're using their profiles and reaching out and doing things. And we're getting, I mean, we're closing leads right and left from their profiles too. So that just kind of 2x, 3x, 4x what we were doing already.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. You know what's cool, Cris? I don't know if you ever got a chance to speak with Iggy. Did you ever speak to him?
Yes, about the what was it?
The AI chatbot.
AI chatbot.
Yeah, because we just, we've been kind of implementing that. And it's been working pretty good. So I'm like, I wonder if we can use FlowChat to feed that AI bot, and then, you know what I mean? So like, I'm just getting some ideas here,
Yes. I think you could go back and forth with it because you can kind of control. Again, the thing I love about this is it's not just completely cold, right? It's actually the people that it's people that you kind of picked and targeted, like what Evan just showed you on LinkedIn. It's like those people. So yes, we're just reaching out cold DMs, but it's not like we're looking at every profile going, oh, are they a coach or consultant? Are they this? Are they, you know what I mean? It kind of automates it and does it for you, which is great. So yes, it's cold traffic, but it's like targeted cold traffic. And I'll tell you, I mean, we've run tons of ads, and the targeting is the hardest part of the audiences, and even importing lookalike audiences, it's still not always amazing. I get people that are like, what? It's just, you know what I mean? It's tougher, right? This, I feel like, blows all of that paid traffic out of the water.
That's so crazy. Yeah. I mean, we just started.
A small fee, no agency fee, no monthly fees. I mean, there's a software fee, but I mean, there's no agency fees, no ad spend, none of that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy because, I'm spending anywhere, probably close to 30 grand a month on ads, and they perform okay, but I mean, that's still 30 grand I'm spending, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, we have a harder time converting Facebook traffic to a high ticket client on the back end. It's probably, I feel like, I mean, realistically, 7 to 10 times harder than just doing this. Like, we get more people coming from this, better traffic faster, because what happens too on your back end, if you're doing those sales calls, right, for high ticket, or your team is doing them, they burn out because if you get enough crappy leads, it's like, okay, like, who are these people we're talking to? So that's important also. So we have to be able to bring them good traffic, good leads, and people who are interested in your products and services already, right? And like I said, and many times the conversation's like, that's so weird. I was just looking to publish a book, and I'm in this group, and I just did this challenge, and we're like, yes, we know.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so I'm just thinking about like mine, and I'm gonna kind of explain my process. I think it would be a lot simpler than yours because obviously you have a 10K, 100K offer. Mine's just like $9 to get started with. So it's just like, hey, I'm the go-to expert when it comes to quitting your 9-to-5 job. I have this unique system and software to help you get started with 15 streams of income on day number 1. That would be kind of like my first message. And then if they're interested, kind of tell them what it is, and then boom, like, here's the link to our challenge. It's only $9, and then of course the challenge will then get them through the whole process. But
yeah, your conversion will be a lot higher on. I mean, we don't even sell anything low ticket. I don't have anything, right?
Right.
But that's incredible. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna launch a software later this year, so I'm excited about that because it is low ticket and it's continuity. So for you guys, if you have low ticket offers, I mean, I would think this would crush it because it's much easier if you're talking to a cold lead, spending $9 versus getting them on a phone call and talking for half an hour to sell a 10K to 100K product. It's much, much, much easier. But that just goes to show if I could sell 10K to 100K packages, you should be able to crush it out of the water with a $9 offer.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, my goal would be, obviously double the business on the education side, but then on the software, it's like, hey, can we get an extra 1,000 people in here? I'm just thinking like, wow, this is just crazy. But cool. So is there anything else that you kind of want to go over, or anything like specific? I mean, I think you kind of went over everything, like how it all works, the overall framework. But is there anything else?
I think the biggest thing is just to remember to pay attention to, we created like SOPs, like kind of like our operating procedures now that we're doing and how we're doing. But I would say the leads that you're targeting, make sure that you're kind of qualifying those leads, like or setting parameters. Like if it's not you doing the flow chat, you're kind of setting parameters for your people that are doing it, saying we only want people that are this, like kind of setting those parameters so that they can make sure that you're not bringing people in here that you're going to get on a phone call with, and you're like, oh, or they buy your stuff and you're like, this is not the right audience.
Yeah, right,
I would say that. I would say the messaging needs to be on point. I mean, it's not salesy, pushy, weird. I mean, the first thing, if it's a sales message the first time, they're not going to respond. I mean, they don't respond. And I look at it like, I always think when I respond to this message, I don't respond to those messages either on Instagram and Facebook. Of course, I get several hundred a day, so I don't have bandwidth, but when I do look at them, if it's like, hey, want to buy my stuff? I'm like, no, click, delete. So it's like, it's conversational. But I think it will take less of a conversation or less time frame for you guys, Jonathan, or for like your people, because if it's a lower ticket offer, it's like, $9. What have I got to lose?
Yeah.
Right?
No, it makes sense for sure. I mean, okay, cool. So what's the next step then? I mean, I know we have a link to get the software, and then I know you're mentioning you might have like some sort of call or what?
No, I was thinking, I was just honestly, and again, I was just kind of brainstorming this morning, Jonathan, because this all came up quickly, and I was like, what can I do to bring the most value? I feel like the biggest thing that took us the longest time was that pipeline, like figuring out the pipeline, the messaging, kind of the standard operating procedures, and then not for myself standard operating procedures, but as you scale and grow more people, to avoid having to get on and train every single one of them. Like, here's what we do, how we do. Just having the SOPs going, take this, here's what you do, here's how you do. If you have questions, great, ask me. But it's not like we don't have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours trying to get that person up to speed, right?
Yeah, right.
That's the thing. But before I do that, Jonathan, is there anything else, Evan, you think just good, bad, ugly with the software, that whatever they should know? Because you've been using it solid for, a couple of years now. So
yeah, I think just to emphasize on the point of qualifying, kind of what you mentioned, that's going to be really important, because there's only a limited amount of people that we can message every single day. So we just want to make sure that those are the best possible people. And I think once you kind of play around with it, and once you start testing and sending more messages, you'll see like you'll know what the parameters are for your ideal audience. That's number one. I think one more thing is just the follow-up part that I mentioned at the end. And like the most powerful thing is, like, in our pipeline, there's people that I've set follow-up with for next year, right? Or like 6 months. And it's really powerful because, like, I think a lot of times if they say no to us, like right now, a lot of us would just like, okay, we're just gonna delete them. But for us, for our team, I want to make sure that in a year's time, we're the first one to message them about publishing a book. And so FlowChat allows us to do that. And so like that follow-up system, like in the long run, is really important in terms of just making sure we maximize profit.
The key is follow-up. The key is in the follow-up. And I feel like if it's just in your DMs and you're just scrolling on your phone just endlessly, it's very difficult to follow up, because you get lost. You have hundreds of messages, right? It just they go further down, and you have to scroll for like hours to get back to. So yeah, the follow-up is key, and we make a lot of sales on the follow-up. A lot of follow-up. It's crazy how many people come back. So yeah, but I was thinking, Jonathan, like if we could add value. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. You ask them. I mean, if it would be helpful to do like a call outside of this, and say, okay, the software will set you up, but we can get you going with the pipeline, the SOPs, the messages that we use to send, the kind of the best practices, like things that we've learned, like don't do this, do this, that kind of thing, and maybe do a training or two. I mean, we're happy to do that if they think that's valuable.
I mean, I know I would love that. I don't know about everyone else. Would you guys want to see that? Let me know down below.
Yeah, I don't know if it's helpful to get. It's just faster path to cash, because like in the beginning I didn't have that, and the first time around I was like, ugh, it's like one of these softwares I'm just paying for and I'm not using it, right? Or it's not really bringing me a return. So that was my first my first like experience with it. But then I was like, gosh, boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
Second time around,
Oh,
the team got the places, the things in place. And it's not hard to train someone on this. I mean, honestly, we could do a training and you could record it and then you could train your VAs. You know what I mean? They could, this is not rocket science. It's not like,
so
hard stuff.
what if we did this? And I mean, just give me your thoughts. I know we're kind of free flowing here now, but
Yeah, for sure.
What if like I haven't even signed up for the software myself yet.
Sure.
Obviously I'll use your affiliate link and everything, but I'll sign up for the software. I'll do the onboarding. I don't know how long it takes, maybe a couple days. But once I'm signed up, is there maybe we could do like a private Zoom where you guys can help me set up my system based on what we're doing, and then they can just kind of all watch and kind of follow along? Or I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, my thought was the people that bought the system or whatever, the people that get the software, we would just, all of those people, the people that get it through our link, we will just do it through. We'll do the SOPs. We'll share all the goodies with those people. That was my thought. Because it's like they need all the stuff. They're going to need the same stuff as you need, like the SOPs, the pipeline, the framework, the best practices, kind of the stuff that we've learned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was my thought was, hey, everybody that signs up using this link, we could do a whatever, kind of like a training, and people could ask questions. It could be a Zoom. I think Zoom is probably the easiest.
Yeah.
And again, this is off the cuff, guys. We didn't really have a plan.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do? Where can we add the most value to your lives?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think, it looks like just based on the comments, a lot of people would be interested in that. I know for me, like, even if I had to pay you to like help me set it up, like I would probably bring in somebody that can head this on, like, in my team. Let's just kind of how you have your Evan, and just, hey, you run that department in my business. Right. And
that's exactly what we've done. Now, I will say in the beginning, I was doing it myself because I wanted to learn. But Evan now, heads up, and now Evan's training other people. He's training our other team members and that sort of thing. But now we've turned them loose and they're doing great. Evan checks in with them every week, but he's kind of like our go-to person. But yeah, I started off with myself, and then my next move was a VA, a VA, whatever, just because Evan's way more than a VA. But I'm just saying, now like the director of like the still department, but we've got VAs that we've trained to do this that are, working. Some of them work in the US, some work in the Philippines. So the hours, so we have 24-hour coverage. The other thing I will mention is speed to lead. So when someone responds, waiting 24 hours to respond back, not a good look, right? That's right. So you need that coverage and those people working it. And but yeah, that's kind of what it's not hard. And if someone's thinking, well, I don't have VAs yet, or I can't hire a VA or whatever, you could do this yourself.
Right.
It's not,
I'm just saying, for me, I have resources. I can get someone to do it. For sure. I'm sure most people will just kind of do it themselves. But yeah, let's do something like that. So when someone buys through your affiliate link, are you able to see the emails that come through?
Well, we have a page, whatever, because we're going to do this we built a page we could use that to get names and emails, Jonathan, or we'll just use the affiliate link, because the affiliate link, I don't know that I would see it's an affiliate, but I wouldn't know they came from here. Right. So the only thing I would say maybe what we do, like, because we are getting ready to offer this to our clients, because we publish books for coaches and consultants. So a lot of our clients are like, how did you find me? Or how did you get to me? Or how did I sign up? Right. So we're going to show them that exact same process of doing this. So we built out like a landing page. I'll do whatever you want. If you're like, it's better to just do the affiliate link. I just don't know for sure if we would be able to see, these are people, right?
Yeah. So I think that they probably send that page so you can collect their email. And then and then just have them email you like, hey, I signed up for the link under you. I want to sign up for that. That's Zoom
what the page says. It's like, it says, buy the software, send an email here, put Jonathan in the subject line. And actually this page hasn't even launched to our group yet. So anybody that comes from this Jonathan will know, because we haven't launched it. We have a lot of clients asking us, like, I don't want to spend $5,000 a month on Instagram ads. I don't want to spend $5,000 on an agency fee plus $5,000 with ads. They don't want to spend the money or can't spend the money, right? So they're like, what else can we do? Can you show me how you found me, right? And so we're going that direction. We built out this page. We have not even launched it to our group yet. So, but yeah, it's something that we definitely, that might be the best thing, just so you and I can get together and we can pull everybody together on a Zoom and literally get things rocking.
Yeah, I don't know when we'll probably schedule the Zoom right in a week, maybe after the challenge. Sure. So probably, I mean, I want to do this as soon as possible, but I need to personally sign up for this software myself and then probably get set up with them on board, all that good stuff. So I don't know, probably a week. I don't know. Maybe the 17th, 18th, 19th, I'm thinking. One of those days.
When does the challenge end? The 3rd or 16th?
It ends the 16th.
16th. Okay.
16th. But you know, I like to rock and roll. I don't like to mess around. If I see something, like, I want to go all in with it. So well, you know. So guys, if you guys are interested in that Zoom call, say I'm in down below, and then Cris, if you want to send me that link in the private chat on StreamYard, or
let me do that really quick here.
Got the link. Then I'll sign up for it as well today, and I'll get set up. Hopefully they can. And then I know you sent me, you sent me the what's his name? Was it Sean, the owner of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'll get on a meeting with him as well. He's the one that created it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Very cool that you know the CEO of it. That's perfect.
Yeah, he's great. He's wonderful. We actually just, that award right there, they just mailed us that. We have that one, and we got when we hit 6 figures months ago, they sent us a little 6-figure award. And then when we hit 7 figures with FlowChat, they sent us that. So now we're on our way to the 10-figure mark, and there's another award. So kind of fun, kind of cool. It wasn't something I was expecting at all. They just popped up on my doorstep one day, and I was like, wow, super cool. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Well, okay. So let me just pull up my screen real quick. So this is it right here, right?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, guys. So I'm going to post the link real quick. So let me see. So you guys can see it. So getmoreorganicleads.com. That's an awesome domain, by the way. So I'm just going to enter my info here real quick. Let me just.
Yeah. And then it has it on the next page. It actually just shows through. And I would use Google. I would use Safari, or like Google Chrome has been really weird with the funnels lately. I don't know if you've noticed that, Jonathan, but like if it's there's all these weird things that are happening all of a sudden with like ClickFunnels and GDPR and all the stuff. But yeah, I would use like Safari or whatever. Google Chrome sometimes gives like some weird warning. Sometimes it's kind of strange. It's a Google thing. It's not a ClickFunnels.
I'll go through then. I'll go to a different.
If you just go type it in and type in "give me access" and you want to show them the page, it'll show, or I've got it up on my screen. I can share whichever you prefer, but it shows like the basically the next steps. So they would
So this one right here, right? Is that right?
Wait, I lost you for a second. I don't know what happened there. I don't see your.
You can't see my screen.
Wait a second. Hold on. I don't know what happened where I clicked on another window there and you went away. There you are. Okay. Yeah. So get more. Yeah, right there. So you click the button down there below. The gold button is the link to get the software. And then you would send an email to support at Game Changer Publishing. So there's the different levels of software. And then what we'll do is we'll set up a Zoom call, Jonathan. And we'll give everybody the SOPs, the messaging templates, the best practices, all the things that we've done. And again, guys, this is like the best, Jonathan. This is the best thing I feel like in my business. This is the department I'm most excited about, because I was spending my biggest month. I spent $160,000 in 1 month on ads. So it takes a lot of sales to make back $160,000, plus agency fees and all the things. So this is like zero ad spend.
So cool. Well, guys, just again, go to that website, getmoreorganicleads.com. And then once you sign up for it, go send a receipt to that email right here. Put in the subject, Jonathan training or something like that, just so she knows. And then, I don't know, we'll schedule, I'll talk to Cris. We'll schedule a call probably sometime after the challenge. The sooner the better. And then
when you send an email, we'll send you an invite to the Zoom that we're going to do. So we'll do that like Jonathan, whenever you want. You just kind of shoot me some dates and times.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll do that too.
Question: which one should I get? Should I get the 247 or the 497?
We use the 247. Actually, that's their one. That's
really?
the one we've been using from the beginning. Yeah, and we've recently, in full transparency, we're starting to white label. But when you white label, you have to get like a Google Chrome extension. They do customize whatever. So we're doing that now for our team, because again, we're publishing 100+ books a month throughout all of our different departments and sectors. And so people are like, how do I get clients? Now I have this best-selling book. Now how do I get coaching clients, right? And so that's why we're actually private labeling and going to show it and sell and teach them and that sort of thing. So we had made this domain, but we haven't even launched it yet. But yeah, the 247 works just fine. The difference would be, Jonathan, is how many leads you can import. So you can import more leads through the 497. But honestly, I feel like you can't manage more than 15,000 leads at a time anyway. So we'll those leads, we flush them out. We do 15,000 more, we flush them out. So no real reason to do the 497, I feel like. Yeah,
that's not a bad price at all.
No.
Based on what you're showing me. Sorry, I keep messing with these
things.
Well,
and you're not paying, remember, if you're doing ads, you're paying an agency fee of some sort, or you're paying someone to manage the ads, and then you're paying ad spend. It's a no-brainer. I mean, you get one sale, you make your money back.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, I pay my Facebook ads guy $5,000 a month just to run ads. Like it doesn't matter if we're profitable or we're losing money. So
I was paying $10,000 a month or $10,000 a month. The last ad person I had was paying $10,000 agency fee, and then also for the ad. So it's a lot,
That's crazy. Yeah, I see. And I need to find myself an Evan, someone. If you guys are out there and you want to do this for me and you think you can do this, come on the call. I'll hire you today. So, but yeah, basically, I'm excited for this. So I will sign up for this. I'll get in touch with Sean personally, and this is great, guys. Thank you so much.
Cool stuff. It's fun stuff. It's amazing. I mean, it's added another 7-figure department to our organization, just like that. I mean, it's pretty crazy how fast we did it and what we're doing and how we're doing. And then the scale, because initially I was just thinking Chris's profile. I wasn't thinking Evan's profile and Jaika's profile, and Lauren's profile and Joey's profile. I wasn't thinking like, oh, let's use all the profiles. And then I called Sean one day and I said, hey, dude, like, I know you guys are like, I mean, they're crushing it. They built the software doing the same exact strategy in their own software. And he was like, more profiles, Cris, more profiles. And I was like, oh, so simple, right? But that's what's helped us even more in scaling it. So it's been really good. But yeah, we can bring on Evan and myself onto that Zoom when we bring you guys on and train you, and we'll give you access to our Google Docs, our SOPs, our videos, the things. And it's not like the goal wasn't to make 77 videos and make you like have to figure this stuff out. It's literally like here's the Word doc, here's a video, here's how to do what we do. And then you can, the point was to be able to use that to train your own people and use that as a video where you could say, hey guys, here's how you do it. Now go train, go find 3 more people, because every person you bring on, if you wanted to bring more people, is another profile use to do outbound outreach. And in your case, Jonathan, you can make them affiliates and they can be affiliates for your stuff. And I'm
getting some crazy ideas. I mean, I'm even thinking like, hey guys, I'll pay for the $500 a month. You do, let me use your profile and we'll split it 50-50. Like there's so many things I can do, but I'm getting excited. I get so much ideas with this stuff, but I love traffic, Cris. Like I have so much traffic coming in from like so many sources, and I pay thousands to do like blogging and YouTube and all these different things. So this is just something I could add to the pipeline, and this could be the main thing now. Who knows? But
it's really cool. It's a 7-figure thing for sure. I mean, honestly, now that I see what's possible with the other profiles, I'm like on the mark. I'm like, okay, 8 figures. You know what I mean? Just because it's like and there's no ad spend. I mean, it's unbelievable what's possible. So yeah, it's super fun to share. And it's funny how just a random conversation turns into something really cool and helpful. helps a lot of other people's lives. So
well, it's cool. I mean, we originally met 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Almost
2 years ago at a mastermind, and then we saw each other at a different, or no, yeah, we saw the other masterminds where we just saw each other, but we've
been seeing each other more and more. And then I know you even purchased the Freedom Breakthrough
for my kids
a couple years ago. Yeah. So
I got my girls, my teenage daughters doing it or whatever, teaching them how to be affiliates and what to do and how to do. So super stuff. They were like 16 and 19, I think, when I purchased that, and they're like teenagers. I was like, you guys can do this.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I mean, we'll get this going and then add that to their system, if they're
100%
trying to build more leads and stuff like that. But I'm excited for this, guys. If you're in, just say all in down below. But I think that's good. I mean, this is exciting. We'll figure out a time. And Cris, most people are gonna be watching this on the replay, so there'll probably be a lot of people coming. I don't know if we're gonna cap it or anything. I mean, I don't know if everyone's gonna do it, but
sure.
Shoot, even if I'm on, I'll take it. Now I'm sure there'll be quite a few people on, but yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited. This is going to be so cool. But thank you guys.
Thank you
guys
so
much.
Thank you. Hopefully, it's just a different perspective, right? Just a breath of fresh air, something a little different. And it's good to have tools in your tool belt, right? So this is
really
cool.
Do you is there anywhere you want me to send them to go follow you, or to I know you have a huge following on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is great. Just official Cris Cawley with no here, I'll type it in the there, you've got it up there. Yeah.
So this is it right here, guys. Do me a favor as well and go follow her and go create a story and tag me and Cris in there. This is gonna be so cool. But dang, you have a massive following, Cris. That's so crazy.
25 years, buddy. It's been a long time. We've really worked hard toward. I mean, and honestly, it's funny because Instagram's here, but LinkedIn is like where we got our start and like really what got us, like what started our business and got us to the 7-figure mark. And then we started adding in like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, But that's where I spend the most time on LinkedIn and Instagram for sure. So.
For sure. Cool, guys. Go follow her. And then go sign up for that software. Once you sign up, send that email, and then she'll have you on that list, and she'll send we're going to figure out a time. It'll probably be between the 17th and the 19th. We'll figure that out after the call. But so cool.
Excited.
Thank you, Cris. Thank you, Evan. I'm really excited about this.
Thanks for having us here today. Super fun. And I hope it brought some value to you guys and starts bringing some more traffic and help you grow your businesses. So appreciate the opportunity, Jonathan.
Quick question. Are you going to Cancun and for Onyx Mastermind?
No, I'm going to be going. I'm going to Europe. I'm going to Europe with my kiddos. So
okay.
I wish I could say I was, but I have a kiddo that's getting engaged. So I have to.
Cool. Yeah, very cool.
So I have to.
Very good.
So I won't be there this time, but
I think I'll be there. So we'll see. We got another kid on the way. So it's always crazy times. But all right, guys, thank you so much. Hope you guys found value in that. I know I did. So this is amazing. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having us. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.